Led by the IT giants Tata Consultancy Services and Infosys, the top listed companies by market capitalization have reported net increase in employees to their total headcount in FY22, according to analysis from the annual reports. Of them, TCS closed the year ended March with all-time high net addition of 103,546 employees, while Infosys hired 85,000 fresh college graduates with a net addition of 54,000 employees. IT companies are battling high attrition fueled by a sharp rise in demand for automation and digitalization across all industry sectors. The software behemoths are compensating the same with high fresher recruitments. Meanwhile, oil to telecom conglomerate Reliance Industries recorded the highest net addition during FY22 with 107,000 employees. In the banking services, HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank added 21,486 employees and 7,094 in the financial year respectively. The hiring outlook is strong too in the near term. According to a TeamLease report, the corporates intent to hire showed a substantial increase of 7% for the ongoing July-September quarter to 61%, and it might hit 70% in the coming quarters, largely driven by hiring from Tier 2 cities. Now, if we look at most of the listed PSUs, employee headcount has shrunk in FY22. This was the trend observed across sectors. Employment in PSUs is categorized as on-roll and off-roll. Managerial staff, supervisory and non-executive employees fall under the on-roll category. Casual and contract workers are classified as off-roll staff. India's largest state-owned bank, State Bank of India headcount was lower at 244,250 in FY22, compared with 245,652 in FY21. Indian Oil Corporation too saw its employee strength drop marginally to 31,254. BPCL employees fell to 8,594 in FY22 from over 9,000 in the previous fiscal. Meanwhile, Coal India and GAIL too saw its employee count drop. Indian Railways ticketing and tourism arm IRCTC and SBI Life Insurance are the only companies among the top PSUs that have reported an increase in the employee strength in FY22. According to a report in a national daily, the fall in employee count has been coming down for many years. SBI saw its employee numbers go up when there was a merger with 5 other small banks in 2017-18. ONGC and NTPC had reported an employee increase or hired many years ago. So, what explains this phenomenon and why are PSU companies not hiring or increasing their headcount?
So in some sense, this trend is not so surprising because after all, we don't expect public sector units to actually be the driver of employment or the key employment generator in the economy. It is actually the private sector which will have to generate bulk of the jobs. So I guess as we go ahead, we cannot expect the public sector units to be a major source of employment generation, and these trends just reiterate that. Well, I mean, the trend towards public sector enterprises has not been one of an expansion in hiring in any case over the last few years, because as again the trends have show us right now, most of these firms last increased the number of workers in their payroll about 6 to 7 years ago. And most of the banks have actually not added employees. It's basically the private sector banks where much of the growth is happening, and the public sector banks not generating employment. Mostly the trends that we're seeing in the public sector units are coming from the banking side. So I don't think we expect these banks, the public sector banks, to be generating a huge number of jobs. And let's not also forget in the banking sector that there's a lot of automation which is going on, and that technological change will also have implications for the kind of jobs and the number of jobs which are created. People are moving towards private sector banks then what will the public sector banks even do, like hiring more and more people? I think there is actually limited scope for job creation in public sector enterprises. So I don't think it's about them not wanting to fill the vacancies. I don't think they can generate the jobs.
Even if we accept that PSU companies are not the biggest job creators, it is still puzzling as to why there is a sustained decline in headcount. It may well be the case that composition of the staff might be shifting to different forms of employment, or the PSUs might be hiring more contractual staff and outsourcing other parts of work.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
सब अच्छी दिख रही हैं यार, कौन सी खरीदूं?
ये तो वही बात हुई, 4000 शेयर्स लिस्टेड है, कौन सा लूं?
वो तो सबसे आसान है।
तुझे 5 पैसा नहीं पता?
अब तो सबको पता है। 5 पैसा पर है 4000 स्टॉक्स की रिसर्च, टेक्निकल टूल्स और इन्वेस्टमेंट आइडियाज। डाउनलोड 5 पैसा नाउ।
अब तो सबको पता है, investing made easy and rewarding with 5 paisa. Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.